Hi, I'm E.D. Lewis, and welcome back to my channel, E.D. Lewis Reviews, back with another nocturnal review. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like, that subscribe button, and that little bell so you can get notifications of my latest videos, and please leave a comment down below. Please. Alright, so next month is April, and I'm not talking about April Fools when I'm talking about what's coming up. It is the 55th anniversary of one of my favorite characters of all time from from my favorite television series of all time, and that is Barnabas Collins, who first appeared on Dark Shadows on April 18 of 1967. So, staying with the 55th anniversary of Barnabas Collins, I bring you a review of his first book appearance, and that is in the Dark Shadows book Barnabas Collins by Marilyn Ross. It came out in 1968, but this copy is from 1969. It's a reprint. It's hold on. It is a 6th reprinting, so this is from July of 69, and the book was first published in November of 68. So, and it says down here at the bottom, the first novel about the vampire America loves to hate. By that point, I don't think it was necessarily true of loves to hate, because, America pretty much loved Barnabas at that point. So, this, of course, the Marilyn Ross books don't follow the show, so the plot of this book, it starts out with a bit of a frame story, and I don't think it continues. I think the frame story just kind of disappears. It just opens the door and then... Oh, no, it does end it. Sorry. It's been a while. It comes back for like one page. I haven't read this book in a long time, but I did flip through to a review and refresh myself. Of course, there's many things I did remember. Some I did not. So Victoria Winters is flipping through some old journals and albums and stuff of the Collins family, and she comes upon this one that's written by Jonas Collins, who lived at Collinwood and around the late 1800s and the early 1900s, and he mentions a Barnabas Collins, a cousin from England. Victoria asks Elizabeth about him, and she tells Victoria what she knows, and thus begins our tale, told from the point of view of Jonas's wife, Margaret Collins, what happened when Barnabas arrived in 1899 until 1911, when he leaves Collinwood and Collinsport. So the family receives him graciously, this mysterious and elegant cousin from England, but soon after, some mysterious things start to happen. Girls are attacked with bite marks on their neck, loss of blood. There's vampire bats that fly through there and try to attack people, or seemingly do anyway. And there's the mysterious Barnabas, who takes up residency in the old house and has a mysterious deaf-mute servant. Soon Margaret discovers Barnabas's true identity as the original Barnabas Collins, who lived at Collinwood in the 1700s and was cursed to become a vampire. Barnabas has a plan, though. He plans that if he can find a girl who looks like his beloved Josette and he can marry her, he can escape his vampire curse. But what dastardly deeds are going to come about leading up to his possible salvation? This book, of course, like many of the Marilyn Ross books, of course, they're very dated because they're written in the 1960s, and they're very pulpy, much like most Gothic novels at the time were. But it's an entertaining read, and if you like Dark Shadows, of course, you'll notice there's a lot of differences, like Jonas Collins, Margaret Collins, their invalid daughter, Greta, are not characters from the show at all. Like many of the books of Marilyn Ross, he wrote a lot of characters that were not in the show, that were made up for kind of his universe. And his universe, actually, the continuity is very, very thin. Because he'll have in books where Barnabas is at, because Barnabas comes back to Collinwood several times over during the course of the series, and he'll be there, like in this one, from 1899 to 1911, and then it has another book a few books later where he came at a time period that happens at that time, and there's completely different relatives there, and completely different plots going on. So, but also in this book and the book that follows it, The Secret of Barnabas Collins, Barnabas is a villain. He, much like he was when he first showed up in the TV series, he's a villain. It isn't until the not the next book, because he's still a villain. The book after that, which I think is this, is it The Secret of Barnabas Collins? This is book 6. I think it is. I think it's sorry, not the Secret of Barnabas Collins is one that follows this. I think it's The Foe of Barnabas Collins. He becomes a hero, and it's a flashback one, just like this one and The Secret. But it's still an entertaining read, and it's only this is, you know, an old copy, and of course you can get an audiobook now from Audible and stuff. It's 157 pages. It's not a long read. It's very good. I went through several of these in high school, so. But I think this was one of the first ones I read. I think I mean, I read the Salem branch, of course, but I read that one, and then I think this might have been the first one of the Marilyn Ross books that I read. I might have read this, and then I went back and read the other ones, unless I read them in order. I can't remember, but this is the first one with Barnabas. So Barnabas doesn't come until book 6. But the first books are very entertaining as well. And they're, you know, very much Gothic romance like the show was, and typical Gothic romances of the time. So I think you can get this book published again by a new company. It's on Amazon, so you can check it out. There's an ebook version, I think, too. So this book is widely available, so do check it out if you're a fan of Dark Shadows, or if you'd like to take kind of a look at some of the early writings that feature Barnabas. So anyway, have a it's spring, and I hope you're all enjoying it being spring. I hope there's good weather, and I hope you're staying spooky, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.